Hi, my name is Scott Dunn, and we're in the middle of one of our public Scrum classes. We thought we'd take a moment to just share some things that our team has been going through recently. We thought was insightful and valuable, so it was a little bit of just a draft ideas, but trying to apply some of the things of what we've seen from transformations and what we're seeing in coaching. So the training is obviously of some value, and if you're interested in watching the transformation happen at your company, these are some pieces that our team, a collection of CSPs, trainers and coaches out there doing the work, an offsite, kind of debriefing on some of that and some takeaways that we had. So we found this insightful, found this interesting, and wanted to share that with you. So I'm going to start off, what we're going to be doing is a causal loop, influenced strongly by the work of Craig Larman and some of the things that we've learned from the Largescale Scrum class. So we're going to start out by kind of mapping some of that out. Our goal in the middle of what we're after is transformation success. So I'm going to put this up here. If that's what we're all about, then what kind of things might influence that? I'm now going to put up some of the other items that would influence this, and we'll draw up the relationships between some of those and talk about those relationships. So one, something that might influence transformation that is a very common one is people attending public training. And here we are in the middle of a public training class now for Scrum Masters. Seems like that would be helpful, that would influence. We have one for individual buy-in and readiness at the team member level, someone's buy-in to the change and their readiness for the change. Also, the team's readiness and change. Could be training the team and getting them ready as well. And then how much, if they got any custom training just for that organization, what their challenges are, what their product is. One for the amount and the quality of custom training. And then overall, just the organization's readiness for change too. So we'll continue this loop here going from individual to team readiness and then the organization's readiness for change as well. So some of the things that we drew up as loops, we typically draw a correlation, as strong or normal, and then whether there's a delay or not. So we did admit that this relationship from attending the public training to transformation success is a delay. So we'll put that mark in there that people going to training, coming and helping the organization change is definitely helpful. It may or may not be helpful immediately. It might be time, take months, it might be some build-up, it might be many people going and some build-up. So yes, it's helpful, but there's a delay in there. Amount of quality, custom training, here we are, your company's going through the change, we're there on site training them. That's a direct correlation, immediately helpful. Commonly, we'll not just train them, but have current issues, concerns, where are they at in terms of the problems they're facing and whether they can fix those or they need help or it's just a state of things perhaps in the organization. That's more of a direct impact, immediately impactful, can help as opposed to a delay. In the public class, we can only field so many unique questions or contextual situations. On site, going to be more direct. Also, individual buy-in and readiness. If people are ready for the change, that's going to help as well, as is the team. Now I'm going to extend an additional one, which this might make obvious sense, but individuals being ready obviously help that team be ready as well, so we'll connect those two loops. And last, the organization's readiness for the change is an influence. When we went back through and asked ourselves as coaches which ones we think were the strongest, the one that was the strongest was the organization's readiness for change. So we're going to make this stronger. That is, all these are important, but if one of them is more important, it's what's the organization's readiness for change. So we already had other things mapped out. I'm just changing the way we're putting this out so you can now see what are we really focused on. So now we'll come back to things that helped that organization's readiness for change. What we had already had up there was senior leader support. All right, where's your leadership at? That obviously helps the organization's readiness for change and therefore will help your transformation success. Also, we had up there, this might be a given, but coaching, but really the quality of the coaching. We've been at sites where they had coaches and it wasn't helpful or and sometimes even did harm. So what's the quality of the coaches is going to help that organization's readiness for change, which will help the transformation success. You could loop those and say the coach will help the teams and the individual buy-in. So I'm going to look more from the enterprise level and moving down. The interesting thing is parts that we really buy into as our team are two different sets of content, a Largescale Scrum and the CAL, or the Certified Agile Leadership, as content. So these help as well in a different way. The Certified Agile Leadership training is going to help your senior leaders support it, to know what's expected of them, what does change look like, what is Agile, to get behind and therefore help that change. I do feel that Cal helps the quality of your coaches because they understand and have a better toolbox as they work with leaders and coach the leaders to support that change as well. So they're going to now help out your leaders through this loop as well. And I've definitely found on our team and our organization that Largescale Scrum as a set of thinking tools and organizational tools really help the coaches in that readiness for change, helping that and helping the transformation as well. I do feel at certain sites, Largescale Scrum definitely helped our leadership support, so we could draw one further out there as well. And I already mentioned this balancing loop here, that the quality of coaches benefiting from Cal, that's going to allow them to directly help the senior leaders as well. So part of what we're trying to lay out here is what helps your transformation success. There's a lot of things that happen. The most important we felt as coaches was organizational readiness for change. What helps that organization to get ready for change? There's other things too. This is just as far as we had gone in the time we allocated it. Definitely it's quality of coaches, definitely senior leadership support, and these other ancillary pieces of training that might help you as well to bolster your quality of your coaches or bolster your senior leadership support. The interesting thing is, when we come back to it, which of these items here, when companies say, we want to go agile and do this thing, what's their move that they make? Well, they send people to public training. And oftentimes, that's it. So the interesting thing for me as a takeaway was, although we might do lots of training, that might be your weakest link or certainly your delayed link, and therefore not what we want to focus on. It's good, it's not bad. I would do it as a low-hanging fruit, but if you really want to move transformation success, we're looking at organizations ready for change. And if you really want to help the organization ready for change, you're looking at your leaders, you're looking at your coaches, and you're looking for what's tooling and equipping them to be successful at that as well. So I hope that's I hope that's interesting for you. Feel free to look at our website for additional information on our LESS offerings, our Certified Agile Leadership offerings, or even just to kind of schedule time and take time to talk to our coaches to get an idea of, is your organization ready for this type of change, and what might that look like for where you're at. Hope this is of some help, and we hope to talk to you soon.